Rosie is a purple tank engine who has fun on the island of Sodor, and she likes her reputation of being a very brilliant engine, and that is why she's a super duper engine. One morning she was going to go to the broken bridge when a workman stopped her and said, "Rosie," he said, the bridge is broken, so I think it's too dangerous for a double tender engine like Luke, so warn him." "Who even cares about Luke?" said Rosie, and Rosie puffed away. Rosie did not like Luke. She was jealous of him. She was jealous of him when she said this to Luke. Luke, she said, but she didn't want, but she was ready what's going to go. By the way, Luke, said Rosie, "Ferdinand is in trouble at the broken bridge, so I want you to help him, but sooner than ever." She was still fibbing while Luke didn't know. "Yes, Rosie," said Luke. Then Luke puffed away. "Ha ha ha ha," laughed Rosie and puffed away. There was Luke with his passenger train, as he puffed around the line, and with that, just then, Rosie's driver knew what Rosie did. "Rosie," he said, "you shouldn't have done that. That was not what the broken bridge all about. Stop him." But Rosie knew what she had done. "Goodness," she said, "I must stop him." But Luke was so fast that he didn't know that Rosie was trying to warn him. "Luke, stop," she said, and there was Stepney, Emily, and Hero trying to warn him. "Stop, Luke, stop," they said, but it was too late. Luke crashed through the barrier as after that, there he was at the broken bridge, and with that, the bridge began to judder and shake. Luke was too heavy. With a creak and a crack, the bridge broke, and Luke fell down in the water. Wow! And with that, the mighty Luke fell into the war. And with that, the mighty Luke fell into the water. Rosie knew what she had done. "Sorry," she said, and was ready for rescue. "I'll save you, Luke," she said, and she did. "Help me. Help me," said Luke sadly. "I'm coming to help you," said Rosie, and she was. One by one, Rosie pulled and pulled, but Luke was too heavy. And with that, Thomas decided to help. "All right," said Thomas. "On 3. 1, 2, 3. And with that, the two tank engines had done it together. And with that, they pulled and pulled, and at last, they pulled and pulled, and with that, they pulled and pulled, and with that, Luke the double tender engine was back on the rails and was happy to be safe. "Thank you, guys," he said. "You're welcome," said Thomas and Rosie, and they saved the day. And they saved the day. After when Luke was back on the rails, After when Luke was back on the rails, just then, the jealous engines like Rosie, Henry, Mike, Salty, and after when Luke was back on the rails, the jealous engines had something to say to Luke. The jealous engines like Rosie, Donald, Henry, Mike, Salty, Emily, and Stepney. They decided what they were going to say. We're sorry we've teased you and think how special you're not. They said it's because we can sometimes get jealous of engines that look like that. They said, and with that, Luke smiled. Thank you, said Luke. Luke smiled as happy as can be, and the Fat Controller was so proud with him. Well done, he said. And with that, Luke the double tender engine was so happy to be having the jealous engines as his good friends. And with that, ever since the rescue off that broken bridge, they never call him names and bully him because they know that he may be upset with them every day. And that was why the Fat Controller was proud of the jealous engines and Luke as well. And that made Luke a very useful engine. And the jealous engines really useful engines. And that was why the Fat Controller is proud of the Sodor Railway. So was his engines as well. And they were all very, very, very happy.